Okay, enough frivolity. Let's get this done. Holy cream chip beef on toast. Okay, maybe I exaggerated a tiny bit. I'm Michael Bain. Welcome to Triggered, coming to you from the secret hidden bunker in the Rocky Mountains and Dragon House Studios, and brought to you this week by Muzzle Stick and Stoeger and their STR line of 9mm semi-autos. But today we're going to be talking about Gordon Bond's wee beastie, the Cyclops 4570 Derringer. Now, the story goes that B. Gil Harmon, who of course works for the NRA, writes for American Rifleman, was fascinated with a 4570 Derringer that existed, 20 years ago and went out of production. So he approached Gordon Bond at Bond Derringers and said, "Hey Gordon, wouldn't it be neat to have a 4570 Derringer?" So Gordon is like an eccentric genius. He immediately said, of course, we must have a 4570 Derringer, because why not? But he opted for the Cyclops, the one-eyed Cyclops, because there's always a chance, it's almost impossible, but always a chance with a rebounding hammer, the hammer could bounce back under recoil, you could touch the trigger again, and that would not be fun. A lot of recoil going on there. So he came up with the Cyclops. Basically, it is an extension of the Bond Arms Derringer line, a little bit beefed up in the frame. It's got a great set of grips. I think he did a great job on these grips, which are kind of a B6 resin, a little beefier, a little fattier. It gives you better grip on the gun, which is important when the gun is a 28-ounce 4570. Barrel's 4 1/4, about 6 3/4 inches overall. Got those little fixed sights that you're familiar with Bond Derringer, so you watched the show last week. I think the question would be, how hard is it to shoot? And the answer is, are you paying attention? There are guns that require a specific type of shooting grip, that you need to hold them a certain way. The Desert Eagle comes to mind. If you don't hold the Desert Eagle the way the Desert Eagle wants to be held, it's not going to work. Or worse, it's going to leave your hands and go somewhere else. But this gun, number one, I'm a huge fan of Bond Arms Derringers. I always think of Bond Arms as almost jewelry, because they're so well made, they're so finely machined, they are just so cool. I have a pretty substantial collection of them. I really enjoy shooting them. But I have to say, I approached this with a teeny tiny speck of trepidation. I talked to Gordon at length, and Gordon said, hey, you know what you need to do? You need to go with 4570 designed for the trapdoor Springfield. And that's exactly what we went with. 405 grain, 1,300 feet per second, pretty much the same round that Custer used. And when we come back, we're going to talk a lot more about what this boomer can do. Welcome back to Boomer Day at Triggered. Before the Cyclops came out, this guy right here was the big dog in the Bond lineup. It's a snake slayer, and it is in 410, 3-inch 410 and 45 Colt. That's 3-inch 410 Winchester triple-aught buckshot. And this was the big scary gun until the advent of the Cyclops. I think what I like about this gun the most is its eccentricity. You know, we spend a lot of time talking about, do you need that gun? What do you need that gun for? Well, I mean, I was up close and personal with a Utah Raptor, and I needed something to knock it off of me. So 4570 Derringer was perfect. But what I found out was that, yes, it recoils a lot, and yes, you need to have the grip. The grip is lower than you think. For example, with the gun cocked, your hand needs to have some air right in here, and you need to be pulling the trigger with the pad of your trigger finger, which goes definitely against our standard grip of how high up can we get, how tight can we get in there. Doesn't work that way. But when you shoot this gun the way it was intended to be shot, it's not bad. Now, the 4570 isn't the only Cyclops. In fact, Gordon sent me a note yesterday that said, wow, wait till you try the 50 AE. But right now you can get a 44 Magnum Cyclops. And you know what's cool? And this is really cool. I loaded this 44 Magnum. I put the barrel on, as you know. You just unscrew, take that barrel off, put this barrel on. I put the 44 Magnum barrel on, and I shot these guys in it. These are from buffalo boar. So you know for a fact they are not chopped liver. In fact, they're low flash, low recoil. What's it? 100 and, well, look at the box. That's the easiest way to do it. 255 grain Keith loads at 1,350 feet per second. It was a cupcake to shoot after shooting the 4570. And I shot a couple of shots through it. They stacked right on top of each other. This is, in fact, a great defensive round used by a lot of my friends in short barrel 44 Magnums. So we're going to be doing more stuff with the Cyclops. I'm going to keep this gun. I love the gun. It's perfect for my Bond collection. One of the things I'm going to be doing that's neat is, it turns out if you go back to the early 1900s, there was a 4570 load called prison guard load. And it was 3 round 45 caliber balls in a 4570 case that was shot out of a trapdoor Springfield. So I went to Midway USA. I ordered a box of Hornady 45 caliber balls, some 410 shotgun wads, and the next time you see the Cyclops, we're going to be doing prison guard stuff. We'll be right back with you. This week's Triggered is brought to you by Taurus USA. Always ready, always bring it. Stoeger, everyday tough. SDS Imports, Thesis. Thesis means quality. Hunter's HD Gold. They change so you don't have to. And MTM Case Guard. Quality shooting sports accessories. Welcome back to Triggered and perhaps the world of more normal firearms. This is a Stoeger STR-9C for compact. And the reason I'm showing it to you is an interesting trend has developed. You know, we've been the first ones on it, but we see it developing more and more after years and years of how small can we make those 9mm? How small can we carry those 9mm? People have been carrying guns a long time now, and they're used to it. And so the trend I see is in compact size guns, slightly larger than the Mini 9s, which is one of the guns that we've been working with now for a decade, almost a decade. But the advantage of a compact gun, and I've shot this gun extensively at gun sight, is that it's easier to shoot. It typically may hold a few more rounds, and it's about the same to carry once you're used to carrying a gun as a Micro 9. So I wanted to spend a little more time with the middle bear here, right? This one's too big, this one's too small, this is the middle bear. It's just about right. In fact, I don't even have a dot sight on it yet. I have not decided which dot sight that I want to use with it, but it's a joy to shoot. It was a joy to shoot at gun sight. Typically 13 round magazines, so 13 in 1. You can also get 15 in 1. You can also get 20 in 1. You're going to be seeing me working more with this gun, but I wanted to at least say, hey, here's the middle bear, and that's why we're focusing on it. As always, you can find us on michaelbain.tv. You can find us on YouTube for a while. You can find us on Rumble. You can find us on X that used to be Twittered. and used to be twittered. Used to be Twitter. Probably that's why Elon Musk changed the name. He hated to say Twitter. But in any case, until next week, you guys stay safe out there.